Some of my oldest players are out of college already and they're just gearing up for their summer season with FC Buffalo Women, the inaugural season. A lot of times we'll be chatting after a session and one of my players recently asked, so what do you do with younger players? And I told her I basically do the exact same sessions. I do the exact same sessions, I don't care what your age is. The only thing that changes is the amount of feedback I give and coaching points I give. Basically, the older you are, the less I talk during a session, the less that I'm like changing a player's technical skill. It's more about just fine-tuning. Fine-tuning, sharpening, maybe giving them a pointer or two. But when I'm with younger players, especially large groups, I'm constantly talking, I'm constantly giving feedback of what I think needs to improve, and I also give a lot of, positive things of reinforcement of what they've done well. But for the most part, with players, with young players, it's all about developing good habits and getting rid of the bad habits, especially the bad habits that they're not going to get away with when in 5 years when they're playing at a higher level, that they're not going to get away with. So many of these players right now, they get away with bad habits because they're playing competition that is not competitive. And so that bad habit becomes something that they do all the time. And by the time when they take a jump, well, that habit is just ingrained in them. So it's all about really focusing on developing good habits and getting rid of the bad habits. Other than that, it's always about repetition, and it's always about learning their skill level, knowing what they can and can't do, being good with both feet. What's the skill gap between the right foot and the left foot? And then that's basically the PlayMaker philosophy.